Hey guys, today I'm going to do a tour of our very small scale farm and show you how we raise our beef cattle. My husband Bobby and I have just 4 steers and their pasture is only an acre. These guys are grain fed, but they do graze a little bit and they get some hay. I'll tell you more about them here in a bit. We like having the steers be able to come out on pasture so they can move around and exercise and get fresh air. We also have the pasture divided into 2 so we can rotate them. These are the 2 areas that we have, and you can tell they haven't been over here for a while, just how long the grass is. For the fence, we have these treated fence posts that we put in with my parents' fence pounder. And then on the outside, we have this woven wire here. And then we also decided to put in 1 strand of electric fence just for peace of mind and to keep them in. The electric fence keeps the steers from rubbing on the woven wire too and getting it all stretched out. Here's our fencer. Got it from Rural King and it was around $100, I think. We have a couple little gates and these all came with this chain closure that just kind of goes into this little slot there. I recommend getting these to go with them. I got those clips after these 4 popped the chain off the gate and took a little adventure up to the neighbor's farm. We put in these 2 double gates so we could get the stock trailer in, or the tractor. Onto here, this is our old bank barn. We fixed it up a few years ago and it works out really well for the steers. It was actually made for cattle. This was a dairy farm for years and we still have the parlor in here. That's why we have this silo here too. The steers have this whole section down here and it's nice because they can get up and move around. And then over here, down this little area, we keep them nice and bedded down. This is where I keep their fresh straw for them. And they like to lay along this rock foundation, especially in the summertime when it gets hot. And on this side is where the feed troughs are. I put their hay in over on this side and then their grain down here in this trough. I just dump it down this hole right here. Also have a little mineral block for them. I feed the steers twice a day and we'll do that here in a bit, but I don't really weigh the feed out. I watch them. If they are leaving a bunch, I will back off. But if they're coming in like this and mooing at me and eating it all up, then I'll add more. Our main goal is just to get them to eat as much as they want. We have their water down here in the barn too, this blue thing. And this was an upgrade this year. We had a big water trough for a long time, but we had to keep a heater in it and then it was kind of hard to clean. So this stays thawed out. It's got a little heater in it, stays filled up all the time, and it just takes a couple minutes to clean out every few weeks. Up here is where we keep our feed and hay and straw. It's probably kind of dark, but they're stacked over there. The grain is in the gravity wagon right back there, and I've showed that in a couple of my other videos on how we go to the mill and get it filled up. But we're lucky it's only 2 miles away, and we buy it by the ton, so that saves a lot of money buying it in bulk rather than in the bags. I pulled some over to the light so you could see, but this is a 13% protein mix, and it's got corn, pellets, and some oats in it. And this is the main source of nutrition for the steers. This is what the hay we have right now looks like. And you can tell it's not really green or anything, but it's okay because it's just basically for roughage for them. We're not really picky on our hay. We just look for something that is decent, a good price, and then doesn't have any weird weeds or anything like that. These guys are from a pretty big cattle farm south of us, and we borrowed my parents' stock trailer and we got to go down and pick out the calves we wanted. We got them 2 months ago after they were weaned. We looked for 4 that were about the same size so they don't bully each other away from the feed. And then we also looked for some that had nice frames on them so they can carry weight, and we're looking for them to get up to 1,300 pounds. This is our first year having a variety of breeds. We usually have Herefords like this one up here. That's what my parents have. That's what I prefer because in general they're a bit more docile. But my husband Bobby, he always had the Angus, that black Angus there, like that one. And then these 2 other ones with the white faces, they are Hereford Angus Cross. It's basically just preference on what people prefer to raise. We like the beef breeds, but when my parents were first starting out, they would get Holstein Angus crosses, and Holstein are a dairy breed, and they always turned out really well. So there's a lot of different options. I'll show you our tractor too. This is our Farmall H, and it comes in handy a lot with the cattle. It's just a simple, good, reliable tractor that we use for cleaning out the manure twice a year or so with the bucket. And then we have a little brush hog for it that we use to mow down the weeds in the pasture. I'm gonna do chores, so I'll show you what I do for the steers. After I feed them, I take a couple minutes and just kind of watch them to make sure they're all doing okay. I look to make sure they all come up to eat and that none of them are bloated, that they don't have runny noses or anything. I also check this at least once a day. Last spring, my steers were mooing at me and I thought they were hungry. They kept mooing in the evening and it turns out one of them pooped in the water, so that was pretty gross. That's it for day-to-day chores. They're pretty easy and just take a couple minutes. We'll have these four through the summer and a little bit into the fall until they're about 18 months old or so. And we're really lucky to have a awesome butcher. They do dry aging and it makes a really big difference. It makes really tender, flavorful steaks. It's a nice feeling having a freezer full of homegrown meat, and we go through about half a steer a year or so. And so the rest we're able to provide good beef to our friends and family. If you've been following along, here's the mushroom kit from the last video. Getting kind of exciting. I want to show you how well these new bok choy seeds are doing. They're not getting really leggy or anything, and they have pretty decent stems. But then look at the lettuce. This is the lettuce on this side, and it's all leggy again. I have them this close to the light and they still did that, so I don't know. And this is just a fluorescent light too, by the way, so they're not hot or anything. They are starting to put out little roots, so I'm gonna put them in the channels. Okay, we'll see what that does. I've been working on my seed order today too, so I can get those in for this spring. And I know a lot of you guys are hydroponic growers or gardeners, and Mom and I have noticed that a lot of seeds are starting to become sold out. I think there's going to be a lot of demand with everything going on, so you might want to get your seed orders in. My favorite bean seeds are already out of stock, so that kind of stinks. I know this video was a little bit different than what I've been doing, but I hope you guys liked it. I have more greenhouse videos coming soon, and I will show the steers here and there, so please subscribe if you want to see those. Thanks to all my current subscribers. I hope you guys are doing well, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.